Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to the Commission Committee meeting on Education Outreach. I'm Dr. Cyril Hessen. I'm the Commission Chair for this committee. At this point, I'd like to call to order our meeting for July 24th, 2024. Presley, could you please do?
Yes, thank you, Chair Dr. L. Hessen. I will begin housekeeping. This is Presley. This Education and Outreach Committee meeting will be on Zoom via teleconference and held at the California Commission on Disability Access CCDA headquarters, located at 400 R Street, Suite 312 in Sacramento, California, 95811. Virtual attendees are in compliance with the Bagley-Keene Open Meeting Act. Please remember to specify the following. If a state body member attends a meeting via teleconference from a remote location, they must disclose any other individuals 18 years or older present in the room, as well as their relationship with them. The visual appearance of a member of the state body on camera may cease only when the appearance would be technologically impracticable. Public comment on matters not on the agenda is taken at the beginning of the meeting. Public comment on matters on the agenda will be heard as the Commission takes up agenda items for discussion. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes. Speakers who utilize translators to make public comment will be allotted no more than 6 minutes unless they utilize simultaneous translation equipment. CCDA is precluded from discussing matters not on the agenda. However, CCDA members may ask questions for clarification purposes. This meeting is being captioned and recording. To assist in this effort, please state your first and last name each time you speak and speak loud and clear. The StreamText live captioning link has been included in the chat for your use, and staff can provide the link when asked. Public participants can use the raise hand function to alert the committee of when they would like to speak. And we will also give an opportunity for public members who have called into the meeting, at which time they can unmute themselves. If you are attending this meeting via teleconference, please press *6 on your keypad to unmute or mute yourself. If you would like to alert CCDA, press *9 to telephonically raise your hand, and the staff will call on you. To use the raise hand function, please follow these steps. Using the Zoom via web browser, first click on the icon labeled Reactions in the toolbar on the bottom center of your screen. After clicking Reactions, a new window will show on your screen. At the bottom right of the screen, there will be a button labeled Raise Hand. Using Zoom via mobile device, click on the 3 sideways dots labeled More. The More option is in the toolbar on the bottom right corner of the screen. After clicking More, a new window will pop up at the bottom of your screen. Press Raise Hand. Please remember to mute yourself if you are not speaking in order to reduce noise. If you are having technical issues throughout the meeting and need assistance, please use the chat function to alert CCDA staff or email ccda@dgs.ca.gov. If you're unable to utilize the chat function to alert CCDA staff, please unmute yourself and request for permission to speak. If there are technical issues that impact the proceeding of the meeting, the body will take the following procedures. Stay calm and reassure. We will communicate to all participants that technical issues have occurred and CCDA staff is working to resolve them. We'll have backup communication, alternative messaging to all participants, mass email communication from the CCDA staff or our email. We'll attempt a technical reboot. CCDA staff will attempt to resolve the technical issues. And if that does not work, adjourn the meeting if technical issues persist and compromise the meeting's purpose. The meeting will be adjourned and may be rescheduled if necessary. With that, housekeeping is complete, and I will pass it back to you, Chair Dr. L. Hessen.
Thank you very much. From this point, then we'll go ahead and go to our first agenda item, which is roll call. So I turn it back to you, Presley.
Thank you. I will start roll call. Commissioner Dr. L. Hessen.
Present.
Commissioner Leon Vasquez. Commissioner Leon Vasquez. Commissioner Dr. Fafasa.
Present.
Commissioner Ramirez. Commissioner Ramirez. Commissioner Conway.
Ben Conway, present.
Committee Member Hassan.
Present.
Committee Member Lerner? Committee Member Lerner? Committee Member Simon? Committee Member Simon? Committee Member Chavez?
Present.
Okay, and with that, we do have quorum. I will pass it back to you, Chair Dr. Alhassan.
Thank you very much. If there are any members of the public in this meeting who wish to identify themselves, you may do so now.
Chair Dr. Alhassan, we have no indication in the chat.
Okay, great. We'll go ahead and move on to agenda item 2, which is approval of the minutes for April 3rd, 2024, not 23, right? Oh, 23, sorry. 2023. Wow, it seems time's going by so fast. Has
It's
everyone,
2024. Sorry,
it
Dr.
is?
Harrelson. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's there's a typo on the agenda. It is actually the minutes for April 2024.
I was thinking, I know we met before,
You
before
were,
that.
you were right.
Thank you. All right, at any rate, do I have a motion to approve the minutes for 2024?
I suggest that we approve the minutes for April 3, 2024.
Thank you very much. Do I have a second?
Conway second.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so then if we can do, first of all, is there any comments or questions regarding the agenda item at this point for those attending virtually? Okay, hearing none. And I'll move to have the agenda approved. So can you do roll call, please, Presley?
Yes, Chair Dr. Alhassan, I will start for the motion meeting minutes, April 3rd, 2024. Chair Dr. Alhassan,
Aye.
Commissioner Ramirez, Commissioner Leon Vasquez, Commissioner Dr. Profasa,
Aye.
Committee Member Chavez,
Aye.
Committee Member Hassan,
Aye.
Committee Member Lerner, Committee Member Simon, and then Commissioner Conway.
Conway, aye.
Okay, and with that, I submit 5 votes. The meeting minutes pass, and I will pass it back to you, Chair Dr. Alhassan.
Great, thank you so much. Okay, then we're moving on to agenda item, which has to, I'm gonna straight down to,
I apologize. I have noise in the background and I'm having some trouble muting my contact here. I'll do my best.
okay, thank you. So do we have any public, any comments from the public on issues not on this agenda? I'm assuming none, since I heard there's no new members attending. Am I correct, Presley?
Yes, you are correct.
Okay, so hearing that, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to item number 4 on the agenda, which has to do with Disability Access Education Revolving Fund. So we have an update and discussion on that item. So let me see, I had pulled that item out. Are there any questions or discussion that we have from our committee members at this time? None? All right. I just want to emphasize, I've also been working on this, educating the city regarding this educational revolving fund to actually have more awareness of it. So I'm continuing to do that with our local cities in the surrounding area. I don't know if any other commissioners also have contacts with their local cities to be able to share this information. Many times they're unaware of it. That's what I've experienced, and so I just like to share that with you all. Hopefully, we create greater awareness, since it does support our commission moving forward in regards to supporting our local businesses in getting resources and support, architectural barrier removal and so forth. All right. Then we're going to go ahead and move on to our item number 5, which has to do
Chair,
with,
Chair Dr.
yeah.
Elhausen. Hi, April Dawson Rawlings. She wanted me to share some information about the
Oh,
DAR
okay, great.
fund.
Thank you.
And
Go
I'll have
ahead.
some on the other agenda items. She did have some notes that she wanted me to share on each of the agenda items. So I just wanted to see if I could slip in.
Please
quickly.
jump in anytime. I
All right.
apologize.
Thank you, Chair Dr. Elhausen. This is Phil McFall. I'm the operations manager here at California Commission on Disability Access. I'm actually filling in today for Executive Director April Dawson Rawlings. So on her behalf, I do have some comments about the Disability Access and Education Revolving Fund. First, we've introduced before, but we wanted to welcome again Amber Thomas. She's our new analyst, and she's been hired to work. One of her major tasks is going to be to be part of the Disability Access and Education Revolving Fund process. So she started in June of 2024, and we are excited to have her on board and working on this project. And so one of the things that April wanted to highlight is that we'll be Amber, along with the staff, are going to be educating municipalities on the purpose of the fund, collecting case studies on how the fund will be used, talking to businesses, chambers, and associations on how the local funds can benefit them. So additionally, Amber's going to partner with a DSA outreach specialist, my apologies. And they're going to collaborate on they're going to collaborate on webinars, trainings about the fund, and utilization of pre-existing the QRG that you see before you. So thank you, Dr. Cheryl Hudson. I just wanted to add that on there, but I appreciate you. Thank you. And pass it back to you.
Didn't mean to skip you over, Phil.
No,
I was-
no worries.
Oops, thank you. All right. Are there any questions regarding what Phil had just reported on on the DREDF fund? Okay, hearing none, I'll move on to our agenda item number 5, which has to do with the accessible parking campaign. And I'll go ahead again, refer it back to you, Phil.
Thank you, Dr. Cheryl Hudson. Chair Dr. Hudson, my apologies. The accessible parking campaign, there are 2 PDFs that have been created, and they've been distributed. The PDF English version has been distributed to the stakeholders. So please, everyone that's on, please, share this document out with your networks. And it would be great if we can, as many eyes as we can get on this would be more eyes, the better. The PDFs have been highlighted. I wanted to give shout out to Presley for making sure that it's been highlighted several times on Facebook, and it's had several shares. So thank you, Presley, for making sure that gets a lot of views. And there are actually language translations that are in progress for this. So real quick, I want to go over the next steps. Executive Director April Dawson Rawlings will set up a strategic meeting with construction industry and individuals, and they're going to discuss how to leverage the info with a specific audience. And we're also going to be making a video. So they'll be filming an accessible parking themed video, and it'll be done in partnership with the OPA Office of Public Affairs. So I'll pass it back to you, Chair Dr. Elhausen, for additional comment.
Okay. Yeah, I thought they were great. Thank you so much. It was great work. I plan on sharing them also with my local city public works departments. Also, I was wondering, can we also use the PDF and links in?
Sure. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yes.
All right. So that's another place I thought we can put it out there, because there's lots of professionals who are and business owners there too. So yeah, any other ideas or options from our committee members that they may have or would like to share at this point regarding our campaign?
I just wanted to add that we at DSA have posted it on our CASP page on the DSA website, but only the owner PDF, the contractor one, we thought would be best on maybe the contractor's licensing board website. But Miss Ida Claire, our state architect, said that the owner operator one was fine to post on our CASP website as a resource.
Mhm. So that way also business owners can see it too if they need to update their parking structure, right?
Right, like if they need to hire a CASP, they'll go onto the CASP website portion and then they can download it as a resource, yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
This is Luciana Prefazza, Commissioner Prefazza. And I apologize, I lost contact for about a minute and a half or so. But I don't know if we talked at all about contacting architectural firms or in some way their associations and making certain that those organizations have this information. That was one comment. And the other was, and I know this is a little far reaching, but paving companies that typically do these very large jobs around paving and may not have the expertise that our toolkits might offer. So another thought.
Those are two great suggestions. Thank you so much, Commissioner. Any other comments or suggestions?
This is Zinat Hassan from Disability Rights California. Not a suggestion, more like just a kudos. So I shared these documents with our civil rights team here at Disability Rights California, and it's gotten such great feedback. We get a lot of calls from people with disabilities who, are having trouble finding accessible parking, and when we're not able to assist them directly, this has been such a great resource to give to them to support their self-advocacy so that it's a good, reliable document that they can show to a business owner and say, hey, maybe you want to fix this and we can avoid litigation. So I really want to give kudos to the team. Like, this is such a helpful document that really addresses a major problem we get a ton of calls about.
Absolutely great. Thank you.
And
Thanks for
sorry, Chair Dr. Hassan, I just wanted to, recognize, thanks for that input, that feedback, Zenit. And a lot of that has to do with Abby Ridge. She's an analyst that was working really hard on this. So internally, she's a staff that really was the catapult behind this. So I just wanted to say thank you for that, because that's good feedback to hear.
Also, based on that feedback, I started thinking about our independent living centers. It might be a good resource to share with them also when issues come up with consumers who visit them. Just a thought.
Agreed. I agree.
Again, Dr. Commissioner Prefazza. And I was thinking that maybe the CFILC organization would be a great funding or funnel to connect to the ILCs.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes. I'm excited. We finally are moving forward and seeing this two-fortation. So this is really exciting. Thank you. Any other comments or feedback? Okay. So I move on to agenda item number 6, which is our upcoming CCDA events. So we have update and discussion. Again, I'll turn it back over to you, Phil.
Oh man, I get to talk again. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair Dr. Hassan. Yes, let me go ahead and share with you some upcoming events with CCDA. CCDA in the Pacific ADA webinar part 3. So part 3 of the trilogy will be on Thursday, September 5th, 2024. We'll be discussing how businesses can keep access at the forefront during the busy holiday season. We will be finalizing the details also for a Sacramento listening forum, a webinar with the City of Los Angeles, and an Orange County webinar that is a follow-up on the June of 2024 listening forum that we just had down in Orange County. So there'll be a follow-up webinar coming along soon. And
Okay.
that's pretty much what I have on my end. So back to you,
Okay,
Dr. Hudson.
thank you. Any questions regarding our upcoming events as far as the webinar and the listening forums? Okay. Hearing no comments, and again, I'm assuming there's no one who joined us from the public yet. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to item number 7, which is our social media pilot. And again, we have an update and discussion regarding our videos, Facebook and YouTube. So Phil, do you have an update for us for that?
Yes, thank you. Chair Dr. Hesson, I am going to actually do a change of pace, and I'm going to pass it over because Presley's working intimately with this. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Presley Strother. She's going to give us an update on that information, on the video information. So Presley.
Thank you, Phil. This is Presley, and I wanted to give a little update on our social media pilot. So we have been working with DGS on a 6-month social media pilot with Facebook and YouTube. And so far we are keeping up with everything to be able to successfully get through the pilot. Started in March and should be finishing up in August. So we will see how everything's doing. But currently we've only gained more followers on both Facebook and YouTube. And from YouTube, I will lead into the video project. CCDA is working with the Office of Public Affairs, their video team, and we are planning on making a 10-episode YouTube series, and we're kind of aiming for it to be a way for California businesses to navigate Title III. So we want to keep it in that genre. The first video that we're working on, we're in the steps of getting the storyboard together, but it's going to be an introduction to the CCDA. We're going to have a little twist on it, though, and make it interesting. I'll keep that a secret for now. Keep it, it'll come out sooner than later. So I just wanted, they're going to be about 3 to 5 minutes, and we're hoping that each series builds on top of each other. One of the videos, we hope to be able to incorporate the accessible parking campaign. So we're wanting to use resources that we have to make a video series to draw more people into our YouTube. So with that, I will pass it back to you, Chair Dr. Hesson. If anyone has any questions, just let me know.
That sounds great. So when you're talking about Title III, are we also including 508 or no?
What was the
Internet?
last part of your question? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
I said when you're talking about the accommodations for Title III, are we also looking at having to do with internet access? Or is that going to be
You know, I believe that might be one of the videos, and if not, we're going to continue the series as trying to just like the first season kind of thing, see how it works, and then we're going to build on future accessibility. So this series is also going to take over on ways of communicating with different kinds of disabilities and businesses and making kind of like short clip videos, and then we'll continue to kind of build on our video project, and then we'll have more input from our commission and just build up our social media and hopefully outreach to people that wouldn't have seen us before.
Okay, great. No, I think it's fantastic. I'm excited about that. Any other questions from our committee members, commissioners? Okay. Hearing none. Boy, we whizzed right through this meeting, didn't we? Item number 8, in regards to future agenda items, I'd like to hear from our commission and community members. Are there any future items that we need to be looking at or you would like to consider?
Chair Dr. Hesson, there appears to be no indication in the chat.
Okay, I'm going to out one, and it's something that I think is really important, which just has to do for our emergency and response in regards to addressing the needs for businesses to be aware of if they have any consumers with disabilities in the case of an emergency. or they work with people with disabilities in regards to case of emergencies. So I think that's something we should look at in regards to helping businesses to identify and resources, trainings, and so forth. How does that sound from other committee members? Is that something that you believe also would be necessary or would be valued among our business community?
This committee member, Zinat Hassan, I think that's a great idea. It's something we're getting a lot of calls about at DRC. I will share, like, when I did a little bit of research, it seems like emergency preparedness requirements are, quite, they're not really centralized in any one particular place. It really varies a lot based on your industry and what you're doing. So I think maybe some clarity around, like, what are the existing requirements and what can we do to help businesses and the public understand it? I think that's a good idea. I think it's a hot topic that there's a lot of confusion and uncertainty about right now.
Thank you. Yes, I agree. Any other?
Sorry. Commissioner Dr. Prafazza here. I too agree. I think that's a great idea. I also have a thought, and tell me what you think. Would it be helpful if we had staff provide a plan for the next 12 months around internet access and the CCDA's role and responsibility in that, and what activities and actions will occur over that 12-month period in that arena?
Yes, I think that's, it's also new legislation. So absolutely, I definitely agree with you there.
Thank you.
Yeah, especially making sure that businesses have resources that are verified. Do you know what I mean? Like that if they're trusting a site to help them in regards to having their internet accessible for people with disabilities, that they are all getting the information correctly. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. So we've got 2 future agenda items to move forward. Any other ideas or suggestions or feedback? Those are really great. Thank you so much. Okay, hearing none, I just want to mention that this is disability, the 34th anniversary for people with disabilities and the Americans with Disabilities Act. And I am going to be speaking on Friday in Long Beach it's called Disability Pride. And I wanted just to share that I think it's important we as commissioners and committee members and create a greater visibility on ADA specifically in our business community. I really work closely too with education. So that's one of my goals in being able to support the anniversary. Actually, my speech starts out by saying I have a love-hate relationship with the ADA. And the reason being is that, I so believe in, I love the idea of the spirit and the intention of the ADA to include people with disabilities, to be seen and to be heard. However, I hate the fact that after 34 years later, we still have the highest unemployment rate. Students are still struggling in classrooms for accommodations, and architectural barriers are still present in the public spaces. And that's kind of what I start off with and go on and build upon how really we need to continue to create greater awareness and insight. So I just wanted to share that since our anniversary date is going to be this Friday. So with that, I'll close and adjourn our meeting. Thank you everyone for joining. That was a pleasure hearing your feedback and getting your suggestions.
We are we going to do, we need to do a roll call.
And roll call for adjournment.
Oh, yeah, sorry, this is Conway. I think for procedure, do I need to move or can I treat that as a motion and second it?
Treat it as a motion and second it.
And sorry, I realized I stepped away for a moment. I'm back on camera. Then I treat it as a motion to adjourn and second that motion.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and this is Presley. I will begin roll call. Commissioner Dr. Alhassan,
Yes,
Commissioner Ramirez, Commissioner Leon Vasquez, Commissioner Dr. Profasa,
Aye.
Committee Member Chavez,
Aye.
Committee Member Hassan,
Aye.
Committee Member Lerner, Committee Member Simon, Commissioner Conway.
Conway, aye.
Okay, and with that, we have motion to adjourn. I will pass it back to you, Chair Dr. Alhassan.
all right. Thank you so much, Presley. Thank you so much, Phil, for all your support. And thank you everyone for attending. And our next meeting is going to be, when's our next meeting? Phil?
This is the last meeting for the year, so we are still actually we're gonna vote on the new calendar, so to be continued or to be determined, but we have developed a calendar. It's just not ready for eyes yet. So
Okay, I thought so. I didn't see it in my notes. So thank you very much. Have a great rest of the week, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
bye.
Bye.